There is nothing more dangerous than a man with boundaries in 2025. Let's get into it.
Here are a few of my dating non-negotiables as a man with strict boundaries. These are my boundaries. You do what you want to do. These are mine. Say I get your number, you give me your schedule, and I plan a date. If for some reason you're busy on that date and you can't make it, it is up to you to give me the day that you're free or your next availability. I'm not about to keep asking. That's too close to begging. Play with somebody else.
Misogyny. I'm just playing. All right, let's keep going. That sounded reasonable.
Number 2, if you ask me in our first few dates for nail, hair, shoe money, you're clipped. You're looking for a sponsor. You're not looking for a relationship. Why these things aren't already done? I don't care how much money I got. It's mine that I work for. Don't ask me to do some shit that you're not doing for yourself. Number 3, if by the 3rd or 4th date, you don't at
I gotta stop right there and chime in. If you a woman and you asking a dude to pay for your nails right away, you wild. You wild. No dude is trying to pay for your nails. And this is the thing that chicks don't understand. If a dude is paying for stuff that soon, he usually just wants to smash. He usually just want to smash, and he want to speed it up a little. He want to, pay to play. But y'all, I'm gonna take the nail. If you a woman, don't accept money from a man that wants to pay too early. Definitely don't be asking too early. I agree with this.
At least offer to buy a round of drinks or treat me to the next one, you're clipped. You're not a vibe. You're a bill. I would never let you pay, but at least offer. Make me think you want to pay. And if you forget to say thank you after I done planned and paid for this date, you're clipped. It don't cost you nothing to say thank you. Number 4, if I offer to pick you up or send you a car, you have a 5-minute window to get there. You knew about this date a day earlier and hours earlier. You should have been ready. I have pulled off after waiting 7 minutes before. You don't respect my time. I don't respect yours. Number 5, if we cannot do an active date, all right, tennis, hike, workout, it's clipped. You're clipped. I know me.
Now, see, a lot of women are gonna get mad at that one. If you want a woman that's active, that's fit, that got good cardiovascular systems, and they not out of breath after you walking 2-3 steps, right? A lot of women are gonna get mad at this. But what I don't think you understand, like for me, I'll speak personally. It's important that I'm with somebody that values their health, because our children. And if we raise children in an unhealthy house where there's one parent that's constantly unhealthy or both parents are unhealthy, we're sending that messaging to our children. So I have no problem with dudes saying, you feel me, like, you gotta be healthy. You have to be healthy, because at a certain point, when I'm sitting here talking about, running and getting body fat down and us being healthy, you're going to take it offensive. Like, you're going to get defensive. You're going to think I'm attacking you. There have to be values, and health should be a non-negotiable for any man that's serious about a woman. You got to take that seriously, not just for her, but for your kids.
I'm gonna catch the ick real fast. We just ain't gonna work out, literally or figuratively. Number 6, you like to go ghost for 2 and 3 days, or I find that you only respond when I text first, you're a clip. Ain't nobody that busy. It take you 10 seconds to respond to a message. Hey, busy day, I'll check for you later. That works for me, because I don't need to talk to you every day, all day anyway. There is a huge difference from texting, which is mutual, and you just responding. Fuck out of here. Number 7, probably should have been number 1. Poor hygiene. That's gonna be a firm no for me. That breath ain't hitting, if them toes ain't kicking, and if them nails ain't clean, it ain't gotta be done. Just be clean.
Listen, y'all chicks, y'all gotta stop thinking that because you got coochie, you can show up with it any type of way. Nah, you gotta stop doing that. Contrary to popular belief, men are not all about the coochie, right? Oh, okay. I'm gonna say it like this. Men are all about the coochie, but they all about the coochie long term when it's taken care of. If we gotta tell you how to clean your stuff, we gotta tell you how to clean your kitty cat, nah, bruh. Nah. So I'm with him on that. And as far as hygiene as well, what I will say is, like, Makeup for me would be a big one. If you got to put all this makeup on to feel beautiful, we got to sit there and do all this extra stuff before you go to Walmart, and you can't be out in public and you don't like how you look. That's a big one for me. I know that might not fall under hygiene, but what I found is that, a lot of women, it seems like, will use this makeup to cover up a lack of hygiene. Like, you got acne. Why you got acne? You putting all this makeup on and you got acne under the now. Maybe I'm just unfamiliar with acne. I thought it was like a middle school thing or whatever. But some people go into adulthood with acne, and I always thought it was people with sensitive skin, or you're not using the right products. Da 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 da. But if you feel that insecure to where you have to go over the top with the makeup all the time, you can't just go do regular stuff. We can't go to the park because you gonna sweat your makeup off. Nah, bruh. Nah, that's doing too much.
Your ass is clipped. You're a woman. It's the least you can do. And then lastly, I'm a little bit more lenient on this one because I don't expect much. We just started dating. If I see that you just innately lack nurturing qualities, it's clipped. I can't teach you how to be a woman to a man. You should not teach me how to be a man to a woman. I can't teach you that. It's clipped.
Listen, I don't think that's too far off from what a lot of dudes expect. One thing that I'm interested in, he didn't mention this, but sex. Sex is a big one for me, because when I see certain situations where women will use sex as a tool to get into the door, but then after they're in a relationship, they don't want to do it no more. They don't want to dish out, and then they try to flip it on you and make it seem like, oh, you all about the sex. To me, that would be a cutoff one. Like, using sex as a manipulation tool, or to try to get what you want. That's big with me, because what happens in the relationship? Like, if I marry you, hey, you want to marry me, and then you say I do, and then some form of conflict happens in the relationship, you're going to use sex, you're going to withhold that from me, and then once I go cheat on you or do whatever I do, now I'm the bad person? Is that what's going to happen? So I would also add that to, not his list, but just a list. Like, if you have a list, talk about what sex looks like. Talk about, is it going to be used as a tool? That one. One thing that he didn't mention is, he didn't bring up race, like it has to be a specific race. But what I would also say is, what are your values? He didn't really get much into the values part of this for the list, which is very interesting to me. I'm not going to say it was all superficial stuff, but a lot of it was superficial. But I would be looking for values. What do you believe, right? What is your culture? Because when you marry somebody, you also marry their culture. So, for example, there's some people that will be like, I don't mess with black culture, but I like this black chick. Well, she probably got black family. She's probably influenced by black culture. And if you have that big of a problem with black culture, you may not want to mess with her. Same thing if you with somebody who's white. If you feel like white people are da-da-da-da-da, but you like her, understand that it doesn't just stop with her. You got to eventually probably deal with her family. You got to deal with what they saying. You may have to overcome hurdles. So I would look at the values of her. I would look at the values of her culture. I would look at the values of her family. Those are the important things. The nails, the picking up on time, the this and that. To me, yeah, I get it. But those are more superficial. I would honestly dive a little deeper into the values. And yeah, you want to, if you can get 5 out of 10 of those things, cool. Dive deeper on the values though. Trust me. Because if they hit all those things that he's talking about, but the values aren't there, you could show up on time as much as you want. You could have your nails done. You could have the cleanest kitty cat in the world. But if you sitting here telling me that we got to straighten our daughter's hair, or you sitting here telling me that, we got to buy all these Christmas presents and be materialistic and do all this crazy stuff, and you value materialism and it's just not a fit, hey, keep all that other stuff. I'd rather take the person with the values. But let me know what y'all think. Are we team superficial, or are we team aligned values? Let me know in the comment section. Team aligned values or team superficial? Appreciate you. And I do want to be clear. I want to be respectful to this dude. I'm not saying that he doesn't have values that he would probably do. I understand that this is content. I'm just saying he didn't mention that in the video. But appreciate y'all. Name is Fitz. See you in the next video.